So good day everyone. In behalf of Group 1, I'm Giselle Aligada presenting the Chapter 3 which is the Code of Ethics for the Professional Teachers. So Chapter 3 is a thorough and a detailed study of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers promulgated in 1996 by the Board for Professional Teachers of the Professional Regulation Commission. It consists of 4 lessons that discuss the preamble and the Article 1, 2, 3, and 9, all aim at helping would-be professional teachers internalize the Code of Ethics. But first of all, what is the Code of Ethics for professional teachers? Well, the Code of Ethics is a pursuant to the provision of paragraph Article 11 of the Republic Act Number 7836, otherwise known as a Philippine Teacher Professionalization Act of 1994, and paragraph Section 6, Presidential Decree Number 223, as amended, the Board of Professional Teachers hereby adopt the Code of Ethics for the professional teachers. Okay, but before we proceed to the Article 1 of the Code of Ethics, I would like to read the preamble first, and it says that the teacher are duly licensed professionals who possess dignity and reputation with high moral values as well as technical and professional competences in the practice of their noble profession, and they strictly adhere to observe and practice the set of ethical and moral principles, standards, and also values. So, if we take a look at the words used here in the preamble, we may say that the society and the Code of Ethics expect too much from the teachers, and all these things are very idealistic. But whether we like it or not, when we became a teacher, then we will be subject to a lot of strict scrutiny and places, and we will be considered not an ordinary individual, but a person who positively impact the lives of the children or the students. So for us to be such, because we positively impact the lives of the children or the students, then people would be expected too much from us. So first, we must be a licensed professional teacher. So if the teacher is a graduate with any programs but did not pass the licensure examination, then he or she will not be considered as a professional teacher. But maybe they will be defined as a para-professional but not a professional teacher. They are considered to be a teacher if the first criterion is they have a license holder. They have to pass the licensure examination, but more than that, they have also unquestionable credibility and reputations. But at the same time, they should technically and professionally competent, and they must be have to adhere or to observe and to practice ethical, moral principles, standards, and values. They have to pass the values that they need to teach to their students. They must know how to preserve their dignity, to put some dignity to their profession, because they are called as a teacher. So now, we proceed to the Article 1 that talks about the scope and limitations of the Code of Ethics. So, Section 1 would tell us that the Philippine Constitution provides all the educational institution shall offer quality education for all the competent teachers. So, the teachers' education institution must offer quality education for the students, because when the school gives quality to the students, then the school produces of quality students also. And if the quality teachers would be teaching them, they would be also producing quality students, because teachers, whether they like it or not, a lot of times they are a reflections to our abilities and competencies. And at the same time, the code shall apply, therefore, to all the teachers in the school or in the Philippines. So it means that all basic education teachers are all covered by the code. So we need to follow what is the code says, because you are a teacher whether it is a private or a public schools. So now let's proceed to section 2 that tell us this code covers all the public and private school teachers in all educational institutions. This code is applicable to all the teachers. If you are a teacher of either public or a private schools, or if you are a teacher in a regular schools, or teaching an academic subject, you are a vocational teachers, so it means you are teaching a technical vocational skills to your students, or maybe you are teaching a special education students. So a special teacher education teaching students without disabilities. So this code is also applicable to all industrial arts teacher and vocational teachers. Everyone who is performing supervisory and administrative functions. Now, let's proceed to the Code of Ethics for professional teachers in relationship with the secondary and tertiary stakeholders. And now, Article 2 of the Code of Ethics talks about the teachers and the states, or the relationship of the teachers and the states. So, Section 1 will tell us that the schools are the nurseries of the future citizens of the states. So when we speak of nurseries, it is like a plant nurseries, where the plants and trees are given time to grow and protection. And schools are likened to that plant nurseries, because it is in the school where the young minds and the young adults are taught. They are given ample opportunities to grow and to decide for themselves to live the life that they desired. So it is where are given opportunities to grow, and at the same time, it is in the school where the young minds and the young adults are given with patriotism and nationalism. And other than that, the teacher in the school are expected to teach not only pieces of information, but of values and morals that are the students or the learners' needs, in order for them not only to become patriotic, but for them to be kind and to be emphatic and to be good to everyone around them. Because education is not only about giving students pieces of information, it is not only about making them knowledgeable about things, but education is more of teaching students to be good and to be kind to everyone around them. So that is what the section 1 will tell us. So now let's proceed to section 2. It says that every teacher or school shall actively helps carry out the declared policies of the states and shall take an oath to the effect. So we should follow the rule of the state. We should abide the law of the state when it comes to the school. And we should abide the rules and regulations inside the school and also outside the schools. So the teacher should help in promoting discipline towards students and engage them to the different rules of the state or of our country, for them to familiarize and practice following those rules at their very young age. So it is better to teach them values during their young age, and as a teacher or as a role model to the students, you must also practice within yourself first. You must practice these values first within yourself so that your students will imitate you for following those rules and regulations. So that's the section 2 would tell us. Section 3, on the other hand, says that In the interest of the state and of the Filipino peoples as much as his own, every teacher shall be physically, mentally, and morally fit. So, how can a teacher give his best or his abilities? And how could a teacher show his full potential to students if the teacher is not fit in all aspects? So, being physically fit, you must be healthy, you must have a good voice. You must have not an illness that would block you from teaching students or would block you from giving students what they ought to know. Let's proceed to section 4 will tell us that every teacher shall possess and actualize a full commitment and devotion to duty. So a teacher should be devoted toward his or her profession, in which a teacher teaching is her profession, is her passion, or he or she love his or her professions that much. So it is her or her passion and dedication because they studied 4 years to earn that degree. They passed the licensure examination, so they are fully committed and devoted to their duty as a teacher. So now, let's proceed to section 5 of the same article that will tell us that a teacher shall not engage in the promotion of any political, religious, or other partisan interests, and shall not directly or indirectly solicit, required, or collect or receive any money or services, other valuable materials from any person or entity for such purpose. So let's try to divide the lengthy profession into a simple bits. First, it is stated there that the teacher should not take advantage of his or her position to promote something of his personal interest. The teachers are not allowed to use his position and power to campaign for any political figure or political party. So example is, if I am a teacher and my father is running for a mayor, then I do not have the right to campaign for my father because I am a teacher, so my political preferences should be secrets. It should not be revealed. I should look unbiased, and I should not tell other people to vote for this one because I believe that this person was positively impact the society, and I don't have the right to do such, and I don't have the right to threaten my students and to tell them you will fail if you will not be voting for this person because this person is my friend or he is my family member. He is my relative. You are not allowed to do that. And if there are teachers who are campaigning for any political party or any political figure, then that teacher is not a professional. Your political color must not be seen by everyone, and other than that, in addition, teachers are made to serve during elections because they are expected to unbiased. They are expected to serve the best way possible because they do not convince or promote a political figure or political party that gives them to credibility to be the ones serving during election time. And other than that, you shouldn't be promoting your own religion to your students, to believe in what you believe in, to believe in the God that you want to. So, for example, I'm a Catholic and I'm not forcing my students who are having a different religious to believe what I believe in. And I respect there. and I respect their political beliefs as much as they respect mine. And I do not have the right to proselyte them or to force them to go to my religion. But I do not have the right to do that. So at the same time, I do not have as well the right to collect money or solicit anything from any person for my personal advantages. Maybe we think about why the public school teacher collect or solicit, because that is for their begotten, and they collect something to beautify the school, welfare of the school and the students, so that is acceptable. What is not acceptable is if you solicit something and you use that for your own good. So that's it for the section 5 talks about. Next is section 6 of article 2 will tell us that every teacher shall vote and shall exercise all other constitutional right and responsibilities. So teachers, though their political colors are not shown, they are not allowed to campaign for people, but they have the right to suffrage. They also have the right to vote, and that's why during elections, teachers also observing who really leave their post for a few minutes and vote for the person that they would think that would help to change the community. They have the right to do that. So, that's the section 6 talks about. Now, let's proceed to section 7. And the connection to the previous sections, it says that the teacher shall not use his position or official authority or influence to coerce any other person to follow any political course of actions. So it says there that the teacher shall not engage directly or indirectly in politics. Teachers are not supposed to be convincing people to vote for someone else. And the teacher should not participate in any rallies about the government, about the politics, about our politicians. They are not allowed to join any rallies or any actions that would be against any political figure or any political point. So that's the section 7, and let's proceed to section 8. This is the last section of the article. It says that every person shall enjoy academic freedom and shall have privilege of expounding the product of his researches and investigations, provided that if the results are inimical to the declared policies of the states, shall be brought to proper authorities for appropriate remedial actions. So, teachers have academic freedom. They have to enjoy academic freedom. The academic freedom is the right of the teachers to conduct their own researches about the problems or any issues or about the projects. They have the right to conduct as many researches as possible. But I would like to reiterate that academic freedom is not absolute. It has limitations. And the one limitation says that if the findings or if the results of the investigations would be detrimental to the states or to the school, then the teachers does not have the right to promulgate such results. So the results shouldn't be given to proper authorities for appropriate actions. But if the result of the researchers would be beneficial to the state and to the school, it's only the time that the result will be published will be applied, but if not, then it will be the otherwise.
Hi everyone, I am Hannah Jerlyn Aligato, and I am going to tackle about Article 3, the teacher and the community. Article 3, Section 1. A teacher is a facilitator of learning and of the development of the youth. He shall therefore render the best service by providing an environment conducive to such learning and growth. It simply means that teachers should be well prepared in doing their job, including the environment where they are teaching for the students to feel comfortable in learning. Article 3, Section 2. Every teacher shall provide leadership and initiative to actively participate in community movements for moral, social, educational, economic, and civic betterment. Teachers should make use of their leadership skills to guide each and every one, just like how they guide their students. There should be willingness for them to participate in community activities like, for example, cleaning community service. Article 3, Section 3. Every teacher shall merit reasonable social recognition, for which purpose he shall behave with honor and dignity at all times and refrain for such activities as gambling, smoking, drunkenness, and other excesses, much less illicit relations. A teacher shall keep his or her dignity, especially when they are in public, because they will be recognized, especially if someone knows them for their profession. Refraining from the said activities above will also help them avoid trouble. Article 3, Section 4. Every teacher shall live for and with the community and shall, therefore, study and understand local customs and traditions in order to have sympathetic attitude, therefore refrain from disparaging the community. A teacher should have knowledge and traditions, especially for foreign students, so they know how to sympathize and have respect on their culture. Article 3, Section 5. Every teacher shall help the school keep the people in the community informed about the school's work and accomplishments, as well as its needs and problems. A teacher should be responsible and open enough to keep the people updated on the things happening in the environment, as well as the school works that are needed to be accomplished. Article 3, Section 6. Every teacher is intellectual leader in the community, especially in the barangay, and shall welcome the opportunity to provide such leadership when needed, to extend counseling services as appropriate, and to be actively involved in matters affecting the welfare of the people. Teachers should be willing to share their suggestions depending on the issues they are facing. That is why they conduct a meeting to talk about it, and everyone is free to share their thoughts for the improvement of the community. Article 3, Section 7. Every teacher shall maintain harmonious and pleasant personal and official relations with other professionals, with government officials, and with the people individually or collectively. Teachers shall maintain their poise and handle situations calmly so they will leave a good impression on others. Being a social butterfly can help you build good relationships with everyone.
So lastly, let's proceed to the Article 9 entitled The Teachers and the Parents. So this article has 3 sections. First section is Section 1. It says that every teacher shall establish and maintain cordial relation with parents and shall conduct himself or herself merit their confidence and respect. It is you need a positive connections between parents and teachers have been shown to improve children's academic achievements, social competencies, and emotional well-being. And also it shows that when a partnership approach between parents and teacher is evident, children's work habits, attitude about school, and grades improve. So the children improve their confidence to believe his or herself and to show respect as well to others. Let's proceed to the Section 2, and it says, every teacher shall inform parents through proper authorities of the progress and deficiencies of learner under him or his, exercising utmost candor and tact in pointing out learners' deficiencies and in seeking parents' cooperation for the proper guidance and improvement of the learner. So, this article, Section 2, teacher must have a strong characteristics, including perseverance, honesty, respect, lawful, fairness, patience, and also the unity. As an educator, teacher must treat every student with kindness and respect without showing favoritism, prejudice, or partiality. And also, teacher, give rules. You need to give rules and regulations inside the classroom for us, the students, learn how to follow the instructions and they will apply it into their entire life. And lastly, the section 3, it says that a teacher shall hear parents' complaints with sympathy and understanding and shall discourage unfair criticism. So it says that we should listen to what they have to say and validate how they feel, and it is a one way to support each other feelings. It's to say, I sense you are upset. The use of these question skills is an important area of verbal communication. By asking questions, you gain answers, understanding, and potentially acceptance for the message in what you are showing sympathy towards parents or the others. That's all for today. Thank you.